Oh, Lord. Hello. Hi. My name is Anna, and Happy New Year. It's 2023 this year now, and we've just passed into this time space. This video that I would like to talk about, or the subject I'd like to discuss today, is going to be related to releasing shame. But before I get started, I wanted to wish and hope that everyone is doing well and that your heart is okay, and I hope that you're eating and sleeping and prioritizing your being as well as your mind and your heart. I love you, and you are important. If you don't feel like you can prioritize yourself right now, please just rest. One thing, something, anything to take care of yourself. I love you. Reach out for help if that's all you can do. Asking for help is taking care of yourself. I love you. Okay, so I really enjoy doing videos at the beginning of the year. I think it's very interesting to see how my year ends up unfolding after having expressed something that is important to me. And I've noticed with the past couple of years with my videos that I've uploaded, I've really enjoyed watching those later, and that those ideas that I expressed there really were relevant in my life in ways that I didn't foresee when I expressed them. Something that I'm really interested in practicing and learning and growing through this year is releasing shame about meeting my needs. So what I mean by that phrase is that I have had moments where I feel like I shouldn't feel a certain way, or I shouldn't have a certain reaction, or that I shouldn't need so much help, or whatever the case may be. That I should be different, and I shouldn't need so much, or want so much, or that my needs are too high of a price for others, and that I am a burden in some way. What I've noticed with this pattern of thought from my perspective is that it seems that it's related to like shame in terms of meeting my needs. And I don't want to engage with myself in a way that is shameful. I very much love taking care of other people. No one's needs are too high for me. I always am wanting to give to make sure that everyone is feeling better. And because I like to be that way with other people already, I really enjoy the idea that I would be able to do that with myself more gently also. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. This morning, I have peach tea. There's no sweetener or anything. So yummy. Yes, so relation to shame with meeting my needs. I don't want to have any sort of shameful thoughts in meeting my needs physically or mentally or whatever the case may be. Whatever I am needing, I no longer want to or have the approach where I need to understand why. Like, why is not important to the need for me currently. I am experimenting with the raw space of meeting my needs as they are, very literally. So let's describe this more in depth. When I'm saying that the why is unimportant to me anymore, or that I'm not going to factor that into the equation, I can really overanalyze a situation and wondering where it's coming from. Why do I have certain needs? And is it really healthy for me to have those needs? Is something that I can get caught up in a spiral about, like, am I really being a healthy person because I need this or I want this? When, for me right now in my healing process, I think it would be a much more gentle space for me if I released the idea of why do I need this, and more so just met the need. So if I am feeling very exhausted and I don't know why, like, instead of saying, why am I so exhausted? Oh my goodness, I'm so lazy. I shouldn't be this exhausted, right? And then putting a judgment on it. So the whys lead to a judgment space for me, and I don't want that to be the reaction. So to inhibit the judgment space for me, I don't need to analyze. I don't need to begin the question of, well, why? Because I don't need to know why right now. I don't want to overanalyze where the feeling is coming from. I can say, oh, I'm very tired. I'll take some iron because I have an iron deficiency. So I will take some iron and I will rest and I will eat and do some self-care. And maybe after I've done those things, I will be recharged, you know? And I no longer have to think about why or where it's coming from. Having these shameless spaces also in my physical realm and not just my mental realm. So, like, okay, so the tired thing was a very physical representation of that, but also with eating or any other space, that's a more healthy option for me as to I'm hungry right now or I'm not or whatever, and just meeting the need, and that feels much better for me. So snacking if I need to. Also, in a space in which I have not felt the openness to express my feelings in the past, in that mental space, not having shame about why am I crying so much, or why did I go from crying to being super happy all of a sudden, or why are these the certain things that make me happy, or why are these the certain things that make me sad. Overanalyzing it can be really can really inhibit my healing process because I'm not moving forward. I can just pick something apart forever. That's just how I can just do that. Sit there and pick it apart forever. But I don't want to overanalyze that space for me anymore because I don't want to lead to that judgment space. And so having no shame in my feeling zone would be like a representation of, it's okay that I'm sad right now. I journal a lot, so having a space to just very raw put it out there and say, I'm very upset about this thing, and not having to rationalize it, and being okay with crying about it or whatever else I'm feeling. And also then, because I am having a physical reaction, I'm crying, trying to then soothe that situation. I really like sensate things, I really like touch. So hugging my stuffed animals, cuddling, squishing under a weighted blanket, all of those other things in which you can then, in which I can engage in self-care for self-soothing, without any sort of thought process of why must I always be like this? Why am I so emotional? You know, is what I am going to be practicing this year. What this really goes back to is self-speech, positive self-speech. I don't know if I've made a full video about positive self-speech yet, but this is something that I've talked about in my own personal sphere with my friends a lot over many years. And this is just an aspect of positive self-speech that I am growing through, which is having like a shameless environment. No shame in or judgment in my spaces related to my needs, my emotional needs, my physical needs, whatever they are. So yeah, that's my thought process. That's really what I wanted to get out of my head. I hope that that made any kind of sense for other people in the world. Oh goodness, peach tea. Lord help me. Yeah, I hope that your year is going so good so far. I hope your year is going well so far. We're a week in. And I hope that if your year hasn't been off to the best start, that it turns around for you in a more positive space. I love you. And I hope that you find more people that love you, that want to support you. Because they're out there, people want to love you. You are lovable. You're not too much. No one's price is too high for the needs that they have. Whatever your boundaries are always valid. And if other people cannot meet those boundaries right then, that's okay. They just can't be a part of your life, and that's okay in that moment. You can revisit that space later. Boundaries are ever changing. Humans are ever changing. And I love you. So, yeah, I hope that you have a good rest of the year. And I'll see you in my next video.